Good afternoon. I'm Jay Connor, co-founder of A2i, Assessment to Instruction. But I guess as the first speaker today, I should also be the official welcomer. Welcome to the Education Innovation Summit 2013. The central mission of A2i is to dramatically improve children's outcomes by supporting teacher practice. A2i has benefited from significant product research and validation. Over 2,000 students in 7 randomized controlled trials have benefited from A2i, and that has resulted in 23 peer-reviewed journal articles, as well as A2i being featured in Science magazine. Now, we all know the grim statistics. We know that the US is 14th out of the top 25 countries in reading performance. But I think there's even more depth in those statistics if we go behind them and look at the fact that at all points of the social class distribution, whether we're talking about our poorest children or whether we're talking about our wealthiest children, US students perform worse than students in the top countries at every point along that distribution. So reading and enhancing reading is a classroom issue, not just for some of our children, not just an intervention for some of our children, but for all of our children. And here's our national report card. In the US, only 66% of our children are reading at basic or above levels in the 4th grade. And in Arizona, you can see that that statistic is even worse at 58%. And if we're talking about poor or low or minority children, that statistic drops below 50% reading at basic or above. Now, what we do at A2i is how do we help support teachers to be able to get dramatic improvement in that? And we know that teachers are working in a very complex system, the classroom. But as a resident of Florida, I'm very familiar with very complex systems. And I've seen the progress the meteorologists have made to be able to understand how you can, through multiple variables, whether we're talking about El Nino effects in the Pacific, influencing the wind shears in the Atlantic, whether we're talking about heat in the Caribbean Sea, all of those variables can be, we take algorithms to improve our understanding of the trajectory. And we're at the point right now, meteorologists, by using complex algorithms, can almost to 10, 15 miles, determine the trajectory days ahead of time, saving hundreds of thousands of lives. We've applied that same complex algorithm technology to how do we help our children in our classroom. But it's not only understanding the trajectory, but it's what do we do about affecting that trajectory so that children become much better and more proficient readers. And here's a screenshot from A2i in terms of how a teacher gets information regarding the recommendations to help them orchestrate their lesson plan and their classroom time. Now, we have a demo tomorrow at 10:30. In these short times, I can't go through all of the details behind this, but join us in the Pine Room at 10:30 for the demo of how A2i helps bring those recommendations to the teacher's control. Again, simply is that those assessments, progress monitoring tests, drive the algorithms that make these recommendations for the teachers. And here's the results within A2i classrooms. We talked about the national average, only 66% of our children reading at or above. In an A2i classroom with 2,000 students in randomized controlled trials, we have 94% of those children reading at grade level or above. But even more profound, remember when I talked about it being all children? If we look at that same number, that national statistic, which is the middle column, and we flip the number, not only 66% at basic or above, but 33% at below basic, look at how A2i shifts that trajectory, not only away from being below basic, but improving the vast majority of the children's performance up to proficient. In the national average, only 26% of our children across the country are proficient readers. In the A2i classroom, 65% are proficient readers. So this talks about a new model of education. Let's figure out what works first and sell it to the schools. These randomized controlled trials are the same level of rigor that FDA applies to bioscience research. We can find out what works, and we can bring that to our classrooms. I want to talk a few seconds about the team. The management team, the founding team at A2i, has extensive business experience, extensive experience in university research, but more profoundly, experience in teaching in the classroom. And you can